But we was coming back from hunting, and you know, Brother Branham in the story, you've already gotten to the story, to where when he was coming back, the people had rejected the message and it was bothering him. And he said, I'm just going to just leave them alone and not preach no more and just go like that. So we stopped at this little old restaurant to eat there that morning. And it was up in Dillon, Montana. It was on our way from from British Columbia, going back to Tucson. And we went into this little bitty restaurant. Anybody ever eat at Wall Street? Okay, you know what I'm talking about? It's smaller than that. Probably wasn't much bigger than this, just a little bitty place. And Brother Branham kind of liked things simple, so we went there to eat. And, you know, Brother Billy, I just like to sleep. So I was asleep and I got up, we went in, we was having our breakfast, and there was a man that come in, he was kind of what Brother Branham called him an all-man, you know. And he got over there and he sat down and he had to sneeze real loud instead of going like this. Achoo! Like this. Brother Branham said, that's a real man. I said, no, it's not. He said, yeah, it is. I said, okay, he woke me up. And he said, Billy, he said, I want to show you something. And we talked about this dump, and that was Dad's brother-in-law. And he was kind of a bum, like he lived down there. And he didn't serve the Lord Jesus, and it was just a kind of a hard life, but a good man. And Daddy said, that looks remind me of Fletcher. And I said, yeah, that looks like Fletcher, and that looks like you, the other man that came in. So we talked like that. We got back in the truck, and I went back to sleep after about 7 or 8 pancakes.
Now, as Billy and I started on down the road, started going on down the road, Billy went to sleep again. And it said, I'll give you an everlasting sign.
I decided and went to sleep, and he woke me up. He just had the truck stop. He said, Billy, he said, you know what we was talking about in the restaurant? And I said, yes, sir. He said, I believe you're right. He said, the Lord just showed me that I'm going to continue in the ministry and to keep preaching the word and to go stand for the people. And he said, he spoke to me. He said, see that mountain? He said, your name is written in that mountain. And he said, you see them peaks? And there were 7 peaks, just like you had drawn out here, just like that. And in the middle of those, there was like 2, then a big tall one, then another. There was 3 big parts. He said, that's the first, second, and third pole of my ministry. And he says, I'm right here now, closing out the second part, going up the mountain to the third part.
And he said, I'll give you an everlasting sign again. He said, look westward from where you're at. And I turned my head like this in the truck to look, slowed down real, and oh my, the Spirit of the Lord, I felt like I could scream and cry. I looked, and I just saw a mountain with white caps on it. I said, I don't know. There's no everlasting sign about that. He said, your name is wrote all over it.
So he was happy, and I was happy. And I looked over on the left side of the road. Like I said, it was coming like this. The mountains was over here. And on the left side of the road was this dump, just a burning, like where the old bums stayed. I said, look, Daddy. I said, there's that dump. It was the same thing like we was talking about in there. So God.
I stopped and looked up on the mountain. And I seen those 7 hills now here if you want to see something. There was 7 peaks on top of a mountain, one mountain, that run for several miles. The last mountain before you go into the other country. No more mountains after that. And it was running from east to the west, the mountain set. And it was snow-capped on top. The first 2 small peaks, and then a large peak. And then another small peak, and then a larger peak. And then a small peak, and then a great, large, long, snow-capped mountain. And I said, Lord, I do not understand what that means. He said, how many peaks are there? I said, there's 7. How many letters is in your name? B-R-A-N-H-A-M. M-A-R-R-I-O-N. B-R-A-N-H-A-M.
And he said that God spoke to him at that moment and said, this will be an everlasting sign. If you ever get discouraged, remember this and bring the people back to this mountain. So the people
has to be you, because there's not enough time left. So we're coming back to that mountain, which is that word. God bless you. Thank you.
God bless you.
Let that stand. If there's ever a doubt in your mind, remember this place. Come back here.